A black woman with a tattoo on her neck and a blonde weave calling men niggas, using cuss words every other sentence, and dating niggas is likely not going to have the most empowering dating experience.
Ladies, if you're looking for a quality relationship, do not come to Atlanta. It is a constant struggle here. You're weeding out the homosexuals, the undercover homosexuals, the married men that's more single than the single men, the females that have no morals. Come on, preach. Everybody thinks they're a damn celebrity. So it's competition here, competition there. You competing with the men that you're supposed to be dating. There's just too much going on. Atlanta. It's a real fucked up place. Great for fun. But if you in Texas, Florida, New York, anywhere else besides Atlanta, stay there. Especially if you plan on bringing your man here, don't bring your man here. Stay there. Wherever you at, stay there, because Atlanta is not for the weak and everybody is cheap. When I say cheap, it's accessible.
I have to say, I don't hear very positive things about Atlanta ever when it comes to dating, relationships, interactions, and specifically as it relates to black women. I don't really see a ton of black men going online and crying or complaining about dating in Atlanta. I mean, they might be doing it. If so, y'all let me know down in the comment sections. But the ones who I see consistently lamenting about how horrible it is to be in Atlanta dating is black women. So, you know, now a few things I will say about this particular individual. She's a very attractive woman. She seems to be fit. One thing that I can say that I've noticed from other men, these are just strictly from comments and from observations that I've seen from other men. When a woman has a lot of tattoos, I notice this individual, she has tattoos on her chest. It appears as if she has a tattoo on her face. If she has a lot of piercings, things like that. Sometimes guys can put a woman in a category, especially if this is considered a quote high value man or a man who might be running in more white collar spaces and more affluent spaces and spaces that are considered more higher class or higher echelon, whatever it may be. If you're dealing with a man who is consistently dealing with individuals of the upper class, right? Of the business class, of the entrepreneurial class, they're going to put women who have that aesthetic, that Instagram baddie aesthetic, that, you know, that hood aesthetic, they're going to put them in a category. Even if they are sexually attracted to those women or those kind of women, they may have fun with them or they may do different things with them, and they may not take them seriously. Again, these are things that I have observed. So I'm not saying that it's necessarily wrong for a woman to have a tattoo or to express herself. But I will say that oftentimes a man, even if he doesn't say it, he can very much judge a woman by those things. Tattoos can say a lot to a man. Again, a lot of piercings can say a lot to a man. And unless you're perhaps looking for like a rapper type, somebody who's in the entertainment industry or an athlete, unless you are attracted to that, men who are in more professional settings are generally turned off by those women. They're not going to want to bring those kind of women to their business, to their company party. They're not going to want to do that. They're not going to want to introduce their, girlfriend or fiance with tattoos on her face and on her breast to the VP of sales. Like, they're just generally not going to want to do that. So I do think that's really important to take into consideration, is that I'm just wondering the kind of men that she's running into, if she finds herself getting attraction from like white collar men or getting attracted from men who are highly educated, maybe they're a part of fraternities, maybe they are even connected to the Boulay themselves, whatever it may be. Is she attracted those kind of men, but they're not taking her seriously? And if so, I have to wonder how much of those small things they may not even consider can really work against a woman. And like I said, it may not be fair, and these may not be things that guys actively say, but they're going to show by their actions or inaction. So I wonder if she's running into that. Okay, so let's see. I saw a few other examples of women complaining. Dating in Atlanta is not realistic at this point. Okay.
I'm so sick of these niggas. Like, at the rate it's going, I'm going to be single until I'm fucking 63, bro. So I was talking to this nigga or whatever, and we're just going to fuck that. We're going to call him his real name, William Blanchard.
Okay, real quick. I've said this before. Can y'all stop dating niggas? Y'all know I don't like using the N-word like that. But that's the problem. Why are y'all dating niggas? If you date a real man, maybe you'll have a better experience. But if y'all out here calling him all kinds of N-words, right? treating them all kinds of N-words, and only dating dudes who are N-words, then it's like, that could actually be the problem right there. I'm literally 12 seconds into the video, and I'm like, the fact that you called him a nigga, you were dating niggas, that's probably the problem. Stop doing that. In my opinion, like, don't date niggas. And just because you're dating a black man does not mean he is that. Like, we have to stop, you know what I mean? Like, equating the two. They are very different. There is a huge difference, okay, between niggatry, which happens in the black community. Let's just be real. It's a big difference between nigga moments and all the stuff that goes on, and then those who have decency and common sense. I would argue that a lot of ladies would have better experiences if they stopped dating niggas and dated individuals, men, okay, with character and quality, who had decency, common sense. That's just my opinion, but let's continue.
Lear a cool dude, like he actually got good intentions for your girl and shit. Wrong. They just want the cookie. Silly me. They just want the cookie. They think because they're spending money, taking you out on a date and shit like that, you're supposed to get that cook up on the first link. Bitch, go to Facebook Market and find you a hoe, cause this ain't that. But because I didn't give it up to Lear Blanchard, nigga's true colors showed. Should've known it was a red flag when this nigga asked me for some gas money on a date that you offered to take me on.
Okay, so again, I'm just gonna comment on something again that I noticed about how men judge women, whether or not they say it or not. So again, I believe she's an attractive individual. There's no complaints there. The hair. Black men have been very vocal about their disdain of fake hair, and particularly fake hair that looks fake. And in this instance, like a blonde, what maybe lace front, blonde weave, whatever. I am not saying that a black woman cannot express herself. Just like I said, if you're a black woman, you want to have tattoos on your face and your chest where looks like she has a tattoo on her neck, there is nothing wrong with that. You can do whatever you want. What I am saying is that, unfortunately, there are certain kind of men who are going to put you in a category as a result. Now, you can argue as to whether or not that is right or wrong. It just is what it is. So a black woman with a tattoo on her neck and a blonde weave, calling men niggas, using cuss words every other sentence, and dating niggas is likely not going to have the most empowering dating experience. So to me, when we start to hear why black women in particular are having really difficult times connecting with good, solid men, I can acknowledge that there are men out there who have really, really challenging, really have a lot of challenges spiritually, emotionally, personality-wise. That is very true. I also encourage women who are consistently running into relationship challenges to also ensure that they are doing self-reflection, looking in the mirror, because relationships are also very self-reflective. And at a certain point, if you're the common denominator in all these failed relationships, there's also the likelihood that there's something that you're doing that could also be undermining your own relationship success. That goes for any of us. So when I see a black woman who's always just like, oh, all these men are trash, and there's never ever any self-reflection, I always question that. Because nobody is perfect. We all have areas where we can grow and do better. That's just the reality.
You see this Lear flop? Bitch, I ain't never blocked a nigga so fast. Then I don't want to mess with a man with kids, cause this nigga was talking about something, he got a 10-month-old. You got a fresh baby? Fuck you, you're next. Cut. Like, I'm not even doing none of that. You know where that gets me? Single, and now my applications are closed.
Two attractive black women, I have two attractive black women, also a black woman who appear to be fit, a genuinely healthy size. And these are things that, if you're talking about men, the kind of men that they're trying to attract, these are things that they're generally attracted to. Now, as I mentioned before, unfortunately, fake hair, particularly fake hair that appears fake, such as blonde wigs, blonde weaves, tattoos on faces, excessive tattoos or piercings, these are all things that men may see and put a woman in a category. I am not saying that this is necessarily right or wrong. I am just telling you the facts. And if you are a particular kind of woman who is looking for a particular kind of man, let's say you're looking for a man of money, image, and status, which most women are, no matter what their class is. No matter where a woman is from, she's generally looking for a man that has more status than she does, that has more money, that has more resources, and that could get her in nice, plushy places and spaces. Those kind of men absolutely will judge a woman based upon the tattoos, based upon the way that she talks, her vernacular, based upon how often is she cussing or not cussing, based upon her ability to complete a full sentence, based upon her ability to actually articulate words. Like they're going to dredge these women. They may not say it if they are a man that actually has a form of decorum or who is respectful, but they will absolutely show with their actions what they're doing. And even dudes who don't have a lot of class, they will just put you in a category of just like, oh, that's a side piece, right? And so these are the things that I actually don't think women always understand. Yes, there are dudes out there who are on one, absolutely, for sure. But I don't think women are always as self-reflective and understanding what we also do too. Now here's the thing. I'm not saying that it is wrong for you to have tattoos, for you to wear weaves if that's what you want to do, for you to wear blonde weaves and have tattoos on your face and your neck or whatever. Like, you have the right to do that if that is what you want to do. I just think it's good for you to be aware of the energy that could attract and what that might mean about your relationship prospects. That's it. You know what I mean? And I think this is where we as women get to do the hard work of actually looking in the mirror and being honest about what we are bringing to the table ultimately, and how we are positioning ourselves to actually be the kind of women that the men that we want would desire. If we want a husband, if you want somebody who's stable, who's going to treat us good, who's going to treat us lovely, or are we that? Are we kind, or are we cussing all the time? You know what I mean? Are we generous? Are we cooperative? Are we considerate? Or are we just looking at how to make and pay our bills? You know what I mean? Are we willing to work together? Are we willing to learn? Are we self-reflective, or are we hypercritical? Like these are the things, like these internal things, these real basic but also important questions can make a huge difference in our ability to secure a relationship that is healthy. Just saying. But anyways, that's what I think. What do y'all think about this whole thing? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.